darkness no longer, a child is born. Mother shed tears of joy as baby tests his lungs. But daddy's not there where he ought to be. Somewhere in Georgia, skinning and shooting craps on his knees. Another victim born out here in the hood. And based on statistics, it really ain't all good. Welfare takes the tab, and daddy can't sign, and it can't be seen. The family becomes a crime. The hunt is on, and brother, you're the prey. Serving time in jail, it just ain't the way. I'm living so hard, baby, that my hair's gray. We got to make a change. It's a brand new day.
A new world order, a brand new day.
It's a new
a
day.
Change of mind for the human race.
It's
a new world order, a brand new day. A change of mind for the human race.
Operation in flux, and it's on the way. We just marched 1 million plus the other day. Look, we all witnessed the sweat rolling down Miss Liberty's head. She knows the sleeping giant is no longer sleeping dead. Oh, what a fulfillment of prophecy. Let us teach the children freedom's never been free. It's okay to cry, go ahead and cry. 'Cause Jesus wept, but hope and faith be kept. It's a new day.
World order, a brand new day.
It's
a change of mind for the human race.
It's a new
world order, a brand new day.
It's
a change of mind for the human race.
The die has been cast, and there's no need to fear. 'Cause people, the answer to your prayers are here. Sister Mary, don't you weep. Tell Martha not to moan. We need the love, and that is coming home. There's no need to worry. The times dictate a plan. Mother Earth has given birth to a brand new man. Sister, I know you're misunderstood, but hold on to your man. 'Cause the future looks good. It's a new day.
A new world order, a brand new day.
It's a
new change of mind for the human race. A new world order, a brand new day.
It's
a change of mind for the human race.
Beware of the lies and false prophecy. We are many with eyes, but don't all really see. You must be merciful, my friend, to obtain the same. So if you break the chain, don't pass the blame. We should say unto all, and I'll say it again, it's not just a win. Shake a hand, make a friend. We who are pure at heart somehow might see there's still light in the world. Come rejoice with me. It's a new day.
A new world order, a brand new day.
It's
a change of mind for the human race.
It's
a new world order, a brand new day. A change of mind for the human race.
It's a new day. 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 It's a new day.
Yes. No, it's a brand new
That
day.
this aviation shit is so goddamn outdated that somebody like that should have been running this.
Get the
So
fuck out of here.
so
So,
ho- so ho-
so
ho-
you
so
going
ho-
off of a video that's promoting that he should be running it because the aviation.
no,
When's
I'm
the
saying,
last plane crash that happened like this
do you
where
hold
the
on,
control
the
tower
person,
could not control these people and they crashed?
the
Go search that
a
up.
lot of them,
Go search that up.
a lot of
When
them.
the last time it was a
That's what
control
they say.
tower problem?
This is what they're saying though, babe. Like the what what just came out was Buddy was saying that the shit is being run with old uh ideology instead of cutting edge stuff. That's why all this stuff is starting to happen. You can't have, it's basic. I'm again, technology. It's been my thing like for since I started working in 1999 in cable. New technology don't work with old equipment. And it's the same thing the other way around. Old equipment don't work with new technology. So it got to be where it's all on the same uh plane. And it's not. They're saying that this shit is being run like it's 1955 instead of the way it should be run these days. So I'm just gonna run this clip right here and then
I don't
react
want
to
to
it.
hear it. You done told me everything I need to hear. He's promoting the fact that we
But
need somebody like
but these
Elon
is this is not
running some
none of
shit.
this is nobody in our government or anybody in America talking right now. These people are again, there's an ex-pilot and there's a news guy, and they're saying what they thought happened in this instance and the
And you
way
don't think they pay for shit like this to be
it,
put out
it
there?
don't. The point is I'm not worrying about what, because I have my own thinking. Like I can picture what happened and everything myself. But when people like this, who like I said, don't have a dog in the fight, they're just breaking it
One
down
is the
from.
dog in the fight. I could bet you that.
No, they're not.
How
Whatever
can
it is,
you say that?
I'm
You
not
don't
going.
know what's going
Once
into his
again,
bank
I'm
account.
not going to argue. I'm not going to
You
argue.
can't say that somebody didn't pay him to make this sound so good that you believe it. You can't say that.
Once again, this is not helping or hurting either way. This is just what they think. These are not anybody that matter like that
You gotta
to
be paying
these.
attention to
And
other people
there
right
are
now to
thousands and
understand.
thousands of these videos. This is not the only one. This is just the one that was thinking like I was thinking. So that's why it drew me to it. The way Buddy
And
broke it
you
down.
and them are entitled to have y'all feelings. And
That's
it's
my
people
point.
like me that are also entitled to feel like there's a reason why certain shit is not searchable, able to be found, or any of that shit ever since they took over presidency. There's a reason why we're not getting the same type of stories that we used to get before. Because you have somebody who is very tech savvy, helping maneuver and move how and what people in America see.
So why is it just the negative and not the other side?
What
Why
positive
why
is there?
the positive is that it could just happen. People, humans still run this. That's the whole thing. People make mistakes. Like Buddy was saying, you at night these guys had on night vision goggles, which makes it hard to see when there's a lot of light. That night and at night, when you're flying a Black Hawk helicopter and you got on night vision goggles and they tell you this is something, it doesn't look like that something. It looks like something else. So they couldn't see what they thought that they saw. They thought
I'm
they
not
saw the.
denying that there's no real proof right now for what exactly caused that accident. I'm not denying that at all. I
Mhm.
do feel like just like with 9/11, just like with a few other things, the government has a hand in it.
Well, I mean,
And
we
that's
got
my
to have
personal
some
opinion
kind of
that
separation
they
from.
have a hand in it.
We got to have some kind of separation from barbarism, from like third world, like people handling problems like third world countries. Like it's a difference between having Saddam Hussein running your country than having Trump. You can't get, you can't have in this country. You can't pull nobody in the middle of the street and cut their head off in front of everybody and make everybody uh afraid of you
And that's
because
exactly how
you
we
could.
want to keep it. We want to keep it that way.
That's
We
my
don't want
point.
a
But what
dictatorship.
y'all saying that this is what's going on.
This
And
is what's gonna eventually happen. Do you know the story of Hitler?
of course.
Do you know? Do you know that 53 days after Hitler became the dictator of his country is when he started snatching families up and lining motherfuckers up and walking them into a gas chamber?
When the last time you
53
saw that
days
happen
after,
here?
hold on. 53 days after getting into presidency. But do you know the story of how he made it into that dictatorship? Do you know the promises that he made to his community? The promises he made to his people? The telling them the news is fake. The constantly telling them that what they see on the news is not real. Oh, I didn't say that. And then turn around and I never said I'm gonna do that. And then turn around and did every motherfucking thing that he told them people he never said he was gonna do. Baby, Trump is a walking Hitler right now. For everything this man done fucking did, you laughing. This shit crazy.
Cause you
This
could
why
get
I
it.
don't like talking politics.
Cause you could get him out of there. Like it ain't no Hitler's gonna be here. It ain't. He don't have enough power. That's the point. Any one of them motherfuckers that they sit in that chair, they don't have the last say in shit. If it get to the point where everybody's seeing that motherfucker is doing some sucker shit, they gonna get his ass out of there like they do everybody else. They done got motherfuckers out of there for getting their dick sucked, babe. Excuse my French. They done got bitches out of the chair for getting their dick sucked. So you talking about somebody that's
first term he ran, the man broke more laws than any motherfucking president ever.
But that's not,
including the one that got his dick sucked.
But-
and they still couldn't get him out of there.
but
You
that's
do-
not
you do realize
that's
that, right?
that's not my point. My point is that you're
What do you
Hitler.
mean by get him out?
There's a way big, that's a crazy separation between a American president and a dictator that like literally
There's not
could
far
sacrifice.
from it. DEI gone.
So you saying that Trump could put people in the oven and nobody would say nothing.
Why do you think that's so far-fetched? America is the way it is because of the way the Constitution was set up. When you're dealing with a man who is sitting here attempting to not only change the Constitution, but change laws that come directly from the Constitution, what do you think is the final outcome of that type of person in president? The only reason America is the way it is because of the way the Constitution is set up. Had it not been for the Constitution, America would look just like the motherfucking third world countries. Had it not been for them people getting together and saying, let's create a Congress, let's create a legislation. See, that shit don't exist everywhere.
Obviously.
Obviously, it is the reason why the people before him set the Constitution up, set up motherfucking laws and rules and regulations, and even if they weren't set up for us, we eventually got squeezed in there from time to time where constitutional laws were made for us. Do you know right now Donald Trump is trying to get the title fucking 67 changed? 65, 67, I can't ever remember the number because I don't know my Roman numerals. Do you know what that act is? That is to say that as an employer, as a home, as a bank, a loan company, a fucking realtor, as anybody, you are not allowed to discriminate, not choose, not sell to, not give to a person based on their sex, their color, and so many other things. Do you know if that is snatched the fuck away, how far back that puts us as people? That someone can literally look at you now and say, thank you for coming, but we're gonna try another candidate. And they can look you in your fucking face and say, because we're looking for a white man instead of a black woman. They can do that today, and 9 times out of 10, their company has a requirement that says you have to have 15 Asians, 15 black people, and 15 motherfucking Mexicans working for you. So even though they might not like hiring black people, I have to have one of these people in a certain position in my fucking job, in my realtor office, in my Congress, at the fucking colleges. I have to allow a certain amount of these people in, and the only way that I'm required to do that is this fucking title. This fucking piece of paper that's put into Congress, that's put into the Constitution, that says I'm not allowed to treat you different. Which nobody should have to put that in a fucking piece of paper anyways. This man, since since before he got put in office, has been pushing to change that right. He wants to make it to where a church or a fucking ice cream parlor can look at a gay person, and I have gay nieces and nephews, and you have a fucking gay daughter, and say, I'm not serving you. I'm not serving your wedding because the fucking Constitution doesn't require me to anymore.
So
Do you know at this moment black people are boycotting shopping at certain places and companies because as soon as Donald Trump on day one pulled out of DEI, which is what allowed me to go to FSU for my little year and a half, the one thing that makes people choose us, diversity and equity inclusion. This man has X'd that shit out on day one of being in office.
For one, they voted his ass in there. For two, he can't do it. Don't matter. Everything you saying, everything it don't matter. And if people go out and vote for the right thing, that's the basis. That's the bottom line of all of this.
People that agree with all his stupid ass statements and that agree with him saying that if you're born here, you're no longer born here, so we want to send you back. Racist people that feel the same way as him don't exist on this world, so that's not why
they've been losing for years when it comes to 86 and things that are a part of the fabric of this shit.
Have they
that
been
are
losing
right.
for years?
Yeah.
Do you know what people went through Donald Trump first time in office when it came to that mass immigration and mass deportation, sending people back?
Yeah.
Do you know how many children?
Listen, I can't.
So
listen. Ho. Wait.
Room that was freezing cold with no covers, no nothing, because it is okay to do that.
I had to sit in a room that was freezing cold while my mama couldn't afford shit for me. So why should I feel so much more for these people who, once again, when we talk about it all the time, when they get here and as adults, no matter what the fuck they did over where they from, they get exonerated coming here. They get food stamps, they get good credit, they get housing, they get everything they need to have a second chance at life. And for first and foremost, I don't agree with shit with the cracker. I don't fuck with him. But they got his ass in here. So everything that he's doing, whatever the fuck he's doing, there is a house. He is far away from being anybody that can come and start executing people in the streets or come to your house and take your whole family out of there and fuck you. I mean, fuck your mama and your sister and everybody in that motherfucker got to watch him do it. It's a far cry between that cracker doing some shit that enough motherfuckers say, hey, nah, he fucked up. Let's get him out of there. And they can get him the fuck out of here. It's a far cry between a cracker executing trying to execute a whole race of people. It is a far difference between those people. No matter how he thinks, he will never get that far trying to do some mass execution or some shit like that. The thing is that they want you to be legal. I seen a fucking clip this morning, and again, I have Mexican goddaughter, partner for 20 years is Cuban. Saw all 3 of his children born. He saw my children born. One of my best partners, Colombian. One of my brothers is Ecuadorian. But you know what everything, all of them got in common? When they people got here, they came here for a better life. They got whatever they were supposed to get to be legal and make it here with their family and all that there and not have issues with the government. They did that. So everybody that's here.
You just said it sounds like a white person with a black baby dad saying, I got a black baby daddy and I got a black friend.
It don't matter. No, it don't. It sounds like reality. This is all real stuff. This is nothing. This is nothing I'm making up. This is stuff that. Okay, so I'm talking reality. So how does that sound like anything fake that like you saying?
That's not. That's their reality. Their reality is.
No, that's my reality. That I seen them. No, I'm telling you that they did everything right to be here. And everybody that didn't do everything right to be here, they will say the same thing to you. That's the point. All of them will tell you that if you're illegal, the people that came here and sacrificed what they sacrificed to be legal, it's not fair.
It's not fair that the government will give more to them than they will to Americans that's born here.
There's no but after that, though, baby.
It's not fair.
It's no but after that.
It's not fair that they get to build a chain of their family by coming over here illegally and doing shit they ain't got no business doing sometimes, and sometimes doing shit they got the right to do. But
it's no but in that, babe. It's no but. If you go to jail, there's no but.
There is a but.
You did what you did.
I was gonna say there is a but. Because at the end of the fucking day, America was built off a melting pot of motherfucking illegal motherfuckers that came from different countries and decided, I want this part, I want that part, I want this part. So who gives a fuck? That's the truth.
When they built it, when they made the Constitution, they made an actual government.
To deal with 400 years of bullshit, the motherfucking Europeans found it and goddamn said this part is New America and this part is. Them motherfuckers wasn't born here either. Damn near every bit of America, ain't no damn near every bit of America is motherfuckers who came or was bought. If you black, your ass was bought over here unless you came from Africa later.
I wasn't born over here. I was born over here, babe.
Yeah, you was born over here, but the motherfuckers that came before you wasn't.
There was plenty of them that was though.
People that was here before you that was not born here.
There was
Spanish people that was here before the Americans that was fucking born here. This was they shit. We can't help them crackers came over here and slaughtered everything and took the fuck over and made it a white and black man world. When originally this motherfucker had black people and all kinds of motherfuckers over here. But we all migrated. We all founded this place. So I don't give a damn how many times people say I don't give a damn how many times I complain about the benefits they get and the shit they're allowed to do and how they're allowed to get straight into a car and get a lot of them places. I don't give a damn how many times I complain about it. The truth is, at some point, all of us started from a motherfucker who was brought here or came over here. Either way.
So when there's rules, once again, this is the whole thing. If we talking about kids, we talking about anything. Are we telling them that the rules should be bent because it's not fair?
No, I don't agree on the way that.
Because that's what we're saying.
So they get the crossover. Also don't agree on, just like I don't agree on mass incarceration of prisons in America, I don't agree on the way they handle people. People are still people. You're not allowed to snatch children from fucking mothers and separate them for years because that's what you want to do. You're not allowed to fucking allow children to be abused and misused, whether it be the foster care system or ICE. I'm not going to agree with it. Humanity is humanity, and that's what I'm talking about.
Once again, this is the video I saw this morning. Is this dude?
The start of my conversation was simply, do you know that there has been proven, it has been proven that they have fucking made it to where they can pick and choose what a motherfucker see, pull up, look at.
But there's also the other side of it, where there's proof that that some of that isn't good. Like, what makes the propaganda more true than what you actually see? Like, what's the, like, if people running a Black Hawk, like somebody that's been in the military 10, 15 years, running, like, doing a training mission and end up, tragically dying in a fucking helicopter, running into a plane. Like, what? Like,
one
what?
Of two things that could have happened. It happened on accident or it happened on purpose.
So why
Who's
is
gonna
it
prove that?
why is
Who's
it
gonna prove it happened on accident or
so
happened on purpose?
why
A
is
motherfucker who ain't been in the military in 10 years and he don't know what the fuck air traffic control room look like no more.
what you
Who's gonna
saying?
prove
You
it?
saying that these guys don't know what? Again, these the best of the best. Like when you fly
Ain't no
planes and
nothing.
all
They're
that,
not
there you
currently because if they was currently in the military, they wouldn't be on this video. I'm telling you that.
once again
If they
that
were
don't mean
currently
he's
in the
not
military,
around
they
it.
would not be on this video.
So you
So
saying that
unless
when
they're
they leave the
currently in the
military, they
military,
just everybody just
no,
like be
no.
the
What I'm
people on the
saying is shit
movies
changes.
where they
What I'm
just
saying is shit
at the
changes.
house and want to
Nope.
drink beer all
Nope.
day.
What
No,
I'm
these
saying
people
shit
still
changes.
be in the loop.
What
People
I'm
still
saying is
call these
shit
people.
changes.
Hold on, people still call these people for their expertise. They don't just lose when you have like a high position like that. You ain't just like totally detached from that whole shit. You still that's like a bug. You still gonna know what's going on with everything that's going on with what you've been doing for 20, 30, 40 years
So
in
that's
some of
what
these
I just said.
situations.
There's only two options that could be with it. Either it happened on accident or it happened on purpose.
So why is the one
He
that
can't prove that.
why is
He can't prove neither one.
why is the conspiracy theory the most compelling
No, the
one?
conspiracy theory is way out there. The thoughts and processes that's going on the internet is way out there.
Oh,
But it, like I said, it's simple. It's either it happened on accident or it happened on purpose.
hold on, because once again,
It don't mean that these
these
niggas
are
ran into each other when
we
you say happened on purpose. It could simply mean because those helicopters can be controlled outside of that helicopter. It could simply mean a motherfucker intentionally made sure that helicopter went into that plane. It's in D.C. It just so happened to be happening in Washington D.C.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ball Breakers panel with Big Shake. I got a special guest tonight,
No, you don't. Don't.
so we
I'm getting out of here. I'm not,
we lit right now. The conversation, is about this DC plane crash in particularly, and we kind of went around the board. I played the Curtis Mayfield at the beginning because again, it's a new world order, and here we go when it comes to the DC situation. This is a British ex pilot, and he kind of give you context on the layout of the airport and what he thinks could have happened. And again, I thought pretty much the same thing, just on the tip of there are human beings that control these situations um at the end of the day. So here we go.
Members of that club in the tragedy in DC. Let's bring in Sean Bell, who's here with us, former military pilot, his expertise on what we think happened last night. Sean, great to have you with us, and good afternoon to you. So look, how did the passenger jet change its flight path last night?
Yeah, good afternoon, Kamali. I mean, first of all, our sympathies. 64 civilians, 3 military have perished in this, what looks like a very, very tragic accident. It's interesting that you look at the factors. The weather looks absolutely fine. There's no reason weather factors. It's happened in one of the most congested air control areas in the world. So there's massive control. Nobody moves without following a clear procedure. And it's all designed to stop these sort of accidents happening. So the real question is, why it happened and how it happened. What we do know is that the main runway here, it's not quite orientated properly, but that's the main northerly runway. So the American Airlines aircraft, as all of the others, would have been coming to land there and then taking off in this direction. Meanwhile, the Nighthawk would have been operating its way. Sorry, Black Hawk would have been operating its way down the Potomac here. Now, as the pilot of the Black Hawk, he'd have thought all of the civilian traffic is to the north of me, leaving or arriving. What happened just before this accident, though, was the American Airlines aircraft was on approach down here, was suddenly asked, could he take the shorter runway, which is the runway here? He said he could. So therefore, rather than going straight along that line, he diverted down to the south to get himself onto a lineup for that runway there. All of that, of course, would have put him on a...
See, this is the thing. When he's saying that originally there's a large runway, or at the particular airport, which is Ronald Reagan in D.C. So the air traffic controller asked the pilot if he could take one of the shorter runways. The pilot responded, "Yes, I can." And right now he's about to take you into pretty much the helicopter part of it.
Direct collision course. Now, that sounds awful, but the whole purpose of procedural is that they may well be crossing. In fact, the two dots on the radar would have absolutely superimposed themselves, but they should have been height deconflicted, because that way you can guarantee they'll never hit each other. Now, an airline will eventually go through 200 feet, the height at which the helicopter was, but it'll do it really close to the runway, and the helicopter should be nowhere near that. So the fact remains is that somehow this helicopter, because the collision happened at 400 feet at about 150, 160 miles an hour. The question is, what was the helicopter doing at that height? And frankly, it doesn't look very survivable, and that's why it doesn't surprise me that they've called off the search now.
Just before we move on, Sean, how unusual is it for a helicopter to go to that kind of height? I mean, is that kind of standard procedure? We heard from Sean Duffy, the Transport Secretary, that everything was standard up until the collision point.
Yeah, and I think what he was saying is that this helicopter wasn't on a special mission. It was a military helicopter. We're very close to the White House. There are all sorts of military flights that could be doing something unusual. Whenever I've been involved in controlled airspace in a military aircraft, the civilian authorities clear a corridor for you and you fly directly through it. This was following a helicopter route. The reason they're not under radar control is here they can probably be seen by the radar. There's a bridge here. You're flying low level, you can't be seen on radar. Therefore, it's very difficult for the controllers to control aircraft here. That's why procedurally you have to be low. 200 feet is very low, but you probably...
He's saying that usually, well, he's saying that at that low of a height, the GPS can't, the radars can't pick up the vehicle at that height. And once again, the plane has already been rerouted to that different runway. And again, these are military helicopters. It's DC. They're around the White House, and they are pretty much, doing whatever they do in the military to kind of protect that area. So for me, again, this is all, I just think, human error, and it goes back to what the politicians was talking about with them underfunded, staffed, and pretty much dealing with technology that's from 40, 50 years ago that should have been updated.
Probably seeing them down the Thames regularly. And as Mark Stone was saying, regularly over here, lots of helicopters, very low.
Interesting. All right, so what could the helicopter pilots have actually seen as they're moving their way down the Potomac?
One of the challenges about military helicopters, you generally have a lot of devices to help you see at night. I used to fly with night vision goggles, quite heavy, and also forward-looking infrared. They work really well in the middle of the countryside where there's no ambient light. As soon as you get to cities like this, and I think we've got a shot of it as well, there's this whole area has got full of lights, Washington. Also, the airfield is covered in lights. OK, this is the emergency scene. But you imagine now, an airline during the day, you can see the airline shape. At night, it's just a couple of flashing lights. If you try to see that flashing light in a whole load of other flashing lights around an airport, you can see the landscape beyond. It's really difficult to see. You can't trust your eyes at night. And that's why by night time, particularly in these zones, you have to fly procedurally. You can never veer from that, because if you rely on the fact you might see the aircraft, you won't. Right. The procedure does have an altitude, though, doesn't it, as well? The whole process, they will have spent years developing a procedural deconfliction using models, using all sorts of different... So even though the aircraft was rerouted to runway 33, procedurally, that still should have been very safe. And I think the investigation will focus on why they ended up with a helicopter being apparently at 400 feet. And, of course, when it hit the aircraft, then at that speed, closing speed, probably 250 miles an hour. And, of course, had anybody survived that, the next place they were going to be was in the Potomac, which is 1 degree centigrade. that's not very survivable.
No, it's not. That's why it's a recovery mission now. All right, Sean, really appreciate the expertise analysis. As always, thank you so much for that. Sean Bell there, former military pilot, with his expertise on what may well have taken place last night.
What I really liked about this video was, it obviously they sound like they was from the UK or something like that, and again, they don't have a dog in the fight. So with him kind of breaking down that whole scenario, it just feels like there was human error to me. Whether it was, whoever, rerouted, uh, the military helicopter not being um in contact with the actual airport. I know they got like their own frequency or something like that that they work on in alignment with the airport and all that there, so things like this wouldn't happen. But bottom line is that helicopter was flying, you know, above where he should be flying, and he was in a zone that was supposed to be safe for helicopters to travel at that moment or at that during those times. So um this is interesting to me, just the whole thing where he broke it down, and I just wanted to give my perspective on that. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. Just another episode of the Bar Breakers panel with Big Shake. Subscribe to to the YouTube channel, Bar Breakers 305, and salute to the motherfucking panel. Big blessings. I will also want to thank my special guest tonight. Um, it was dope, 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 dope.